Now, what's your reaction to this? When they did this no build mode that came in about a month or month and a half ago.
I hated it. I
Oh,
hated
did
it
you really?
because I never came from a game like Call of Duty where you
Yeah.
can't build your own cover. I didn't know how to play like that.
Yeah.
So actually for the longest, like the week or whatever, it was only 0 builds. I like almost cried. Like I thought my content was dying. Like I wasn't enjoying it. I was having no fun.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. Like it was pretty bad.
Hey, she's a beauty.
Welcome to Tarducks, a podcast for content creators to come on and share their experiences, their stories, and advice. And today I am super excited to have Maddy. Welcome to the pod.
Hello.
So what we normally do here first is we start off with 3 rapid questions just to get the juices flowing. And are you ready?
I am.
All right. So first one, best vacation ever.
Best vacation ever. Probably I went on a cruise ship with my family and we went to Belize and we got to like tube down like a tunnel, like a cave tunnel and see like all the little creatures that light up and stuff. So that was probably like the coolest thing I've ever done.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And all right, so number 2, you get to hang out with anybody in history or any famous person today. Who are you hanging out with? And you get to have a conversation with them for an hour.
Anybody?
Yes.
My goodness. I would probably I want to hang out with like Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So now, final question. You're going out to your favorite place to eat. What are you getting?
Probably getting seafood tacos.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, nice. Well, you're down in Florida, so you got,
Yeah,
it's better than Michigan, right?
Love my seafood here.
Excellent. All right, so let's get going here. So first of all, I have to apologize. I'm not that big into the Fortnite content community. You're my 3rd person from the Fortnite side of things. I don't know if you know MDF, Monster D Face, or heard of him?
Yep.
Okay, so he was one of the first person I had on this podcast. And this pod is originally started as an Escape from Tarkov podcast to get the content creators on and share their stories. So MDF then turned me over to Nikki Brave Edits. And then he turned me over to swearing. And then it was funny when he was describing swearing, he said, oh yeah, there's a guy who's, I'm working with him to work on a video and get his intro video and branding. It's like, oh, cool. Like this 14-year-old kid's pretty savvy to have really be in tune and brand and everything like that. So then, he said, yeah, you got to go check him out. So I checked and I was like, oh shit, this is like a 30-year-old guy and he's funny as hell.
Yes. Yes, he is.
So then I had him on, and it was an absolute joy to have him on. And then he said a whole bunch of cool people he plays with and knows in the community, and you were one of them, and that's how we ended up here.
Oh yeah, Kory is like one of the best people, like content creators he could play any game, and he's like the best to watch. Absolutely.
Yeah. So so that's how you ended up here, and I'm so glad I branched off into other communities because so far it's just people have been fantastic checking out your community, your stream. It's fun, it's very welcoming, and it's been a blast.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I feel like our whole friend group like that is like everyone is just fun to be around. There's no drama. There's no nothing. It's all good vibes all the time.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So first of all, I love the intro video you have and that little lizard. So is that a real lizard, a real pet you have?
Yes. Like in the back, you can see his tank. And he just hangs out. It's my leopard gecko.
Yeah. And what's his name?
Pip. P-I-P.
Oh, Pip. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. All right. So what is your background? Where do you come from? How did you, end up being a streamer essentially? Let's start the early days.
Okay. Well, honestly, me being a streamer came out of like nowhere. I never thought it was something I wanted to do. I started off on Twitch just being a viewer. I've always been a viewer. Like my brothers are always the gamers, and I would love to
Yeah.
just watch. Like I would just sit there and watch with them for hours.
Yeah.
And then I was in college. I was a senior, and I was about to start a job in human resources.
Yeah.
And COVID hit. So,
Okay.
and it was literally 4 days before my start date, and they
Oh
laid
my
like
God.
everyone off. So I didn't even
Oh,
get to
no.
start. I had my employee card and everything like ready to go.
Oh,
And then I was like, well, what do I do now? And I had a couple of friends at the time, and they were streamers. Like they streamed to like 6, 7 viewers. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
It was just all friends hanging out, and I was like, oh, like this is something I kind of want to try. Like even though I was really shy, like I was really bad at public speaking, like all that. I was
Yeah.
terrified of all that. And I was like, you know what? I could be good at this. Like it could be just something fun to do and hang out with my
Yeah.
friends.
Oh,
So I
cool.
started, and I started doing that, and then I got affiliated like within whatever time it takes, like
Yeah.
the week or whatever. And then I was able to go full time streaming within like 5 months.
Oh my
So-
Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that is pretty cool. So now,
Yeah.
before jumping into the streaming side of things, when did you first start getting interested in video games? Was it through your brothers, or you just from a friend you started playing? How did that all start?
Yeah, so one of my friends, I lived with a group of girls in sophomore year of college, and one of my friends played Fortnite, and they left their Xbox at our house, and I would just sit there and play Fortnite. I was so
no
bad.
way.
I was so bad. I would probably be mistaken for like an AI now. But I started playing, and then I was like, wait, like I kind of really like this game. I'm having fun with it, and I was playing with my friends that like lived across the street too. I ended up getting my own Xbox, and then I started playing like all the time instead of like going out what normal college kids do. I was
Yeah.
playing Fortnite.
Oh, no way.
So yeah, and then that kind of I think I started season 3
Yeah.
of chapter 1, and then I haven't quit since.
Oh my! So that was really your first jump into video games was Fortnite during college. It wasn't like while you're younger. Oh my
Nope.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, my
So now
parents are
when
pretty
did-
surprised.
There. So now, when did you jump from console to PC then?
I streamed off of my Xbox for a while, and then I saved enough money because at the time I was lifeguarding, like
Okay.
part-time. And so I was from that, and from Twitch money, I was able to save up for just like a pre-built PC just to kind of get me
Yeah.
off of Xbox and on PC. And then that kind of like jump-started everything where I was able to get a whole bunch, like 3 monitors, a new PC,
Yeah.
like new camera, all that fun stuff. So
Oh no way.
Yep.
So now, do you still play? I can't imagine you still play with a controller, or do you do mouse and keyboard? these
I
days?
switched to mouse and keyboard.
How difficult of a transition was that for you?
It was so hard. That was probably one of the hardest things like a gamer can do. Because I've
Yeah.
always played on controller, and then in keyboard, or I switched to keyboard and mouse chapter 2, season 5,
Yeah.
I think, and the meta that season was spray. So I decided to change the wrong season. So I
no.
was getting sprayed at. I didn't know how to build. I didn't know how to put a wall. Like I didn't know how to do anything. So I just died over and over and over. And I pretty much only play like squads. I have more fun playing squads. So
Yeah.
my teammates are able to kind of just carry me through and help me like win still and have fun. But yeah.
So now, are you going to transition over to the azimuth? I think that's what Kory's in the middle of trying to figure out, and that's quite the contraption.
Oh, that's the hand one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I would not be able to. Like, I feel like I'm still learning keyboard and mouse, to be honest.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So now, Fortnite was your first real game to jump into video games. So over the last few years, has much of it changed that you've noticed, or is it still sort of the same core still there, and in the same game that you started out loving is still the game you love today?
It's kind of both. I guess. I
Yeah.
feel like the core, it's still there. You're still building your own cover. You're still like, you know, like trying to win the game type of thing.
Yeah.
But I do remember in like chapter 1, where people would be like, that'd be so cool if cars came to Fortnite. And I'd be like, they're never adding cars. Like, that's not a part of the game. And then they added the shopping carts. And so everyone was having fun with shopping carts. And then I feel like it's just gradually getting into like things that we would never think to see in Fortnite are like tornadoes and all that, like geysers, all that fun stuff is in now. So I feel like it's the same, but definitely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Epic has done a lot to keep the game, at the top of the of all the games for esports. Why do you think they've done such a good job about it? What's the draw to keep people there?
I think they do a pretty good job of keeping the game fresh, adding new guns, adding new POIs, stuff like that. I think personally, like, I only play pubs, so I don't know the competitive side. I know the competitive is way different than the casual side. But I think keeping like movement in the game is really important, and it's kind of lacking in the game right now. Like jump pads, and I think they could add more geysers, like stuff like that would keep the game fresh, and like just keeping the game different, so it's not like you're repeating the same thing every single time you queue into a game is like really important.
Right.
And I think they're doing a pretty good job. Like, I can sit and play Fortnite for 8 hours for the most part. Every day, and still have fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, what's your reaction to this? When they did this no build mode that came in about a month and a half ago.
I hated it. I hated it.
Did you really?
Because I never came from a game like Call of Duty where you can't build your own cover. I didn't know how to play like that. So actually, for the longest, like the week or whatever, it was only 0 builds. I like almost cried. Like, I thought my content was dying. Like, I wasn't enjoying it. I was having no fun. Whatsoever. Like, it was pretty bad. And I was like, you know what? Like, I just gotta push through it. Like, this is my game. I love this game. I just need to learn how to play 0 builds. And then when I finally started enjoying it, they added builds back. Of course. But now I actually find myself playing more 0 builds than builds. I love both. I think both are fun, but I think 0 builds is kind of like more fun right now.
Now, have you seen an influx of new people or old people come back to play the game because they added the 0 build mode?
Yes. Like, for example, my brother, he used to play like chapter 1, some of chapter 2, didn't play, like, hasn't played really since. And then he came back and he'll play Fortnite like with his friends casually, play 0 build, have fun, and he would have never touched the game if 0 builds didn't come back.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of like
cool.
like a lot of my chat like agrees, like they only play 0 builds, they have more fun playing 0 builds. It's not as sweaty, it's not as hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think a lot of casuals are enjoying it.
Because I come from the Escape from Tarkov community. We see a lot of the content creators sort of, jump back and forth now. You have like, even, Lupo's gone over with, some of his crew to play back to playing Fortnite, which is, it's got to be refreshing to have such a, amount of people coming back to it. And then just, the servers are busy again.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
So now what would you like to see them add to the game? More launch pads and things like that. Anything else?
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of cool things in Fortnite. Like, there was like the junk rifts and like a whole bunch of just like fun random things they can add. At least into public games. I think competitive should stay, pretty competitive. Not necessarily anything crazy in there, but just like some fun guns that aren't like super overpowered or even underpowered. Just like something fun and something different. Oh, my lights.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So now you say you mainly roll with teams. Who's your normal crew that you roll with?
For the most part, I run with Pro Sponky and my friend Speedy and Nick Hollywood. Like, that's pretty much who I've been playing with. Like, I play with a ton of different people. Like, I love playing with Bonsai. I love playing with Headshot Chick. But for the most part, you can probably find me playing with Speedy and Sponky.
Okay. Yeah, the Bonsai Bros. Wow, I never heard of them until, coming over, and it's like, those guys have so much energy. I
Oh
don't
yeah, they
know.
do.
Oh my Lord, the chat
Yeah.
that's going on, the communications, like holy cow.
Yep. Oh yeah, my chat. Whenever I play with Bonsai, they know like what to expect for sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not expecting it, then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, there's two of them.
Yeah.
And they talk, they just talk. It's
They
like,
do.
holy crap.
Yeah. No,
It's
I
gotta
love
be
playing
so
with
much
them.
fun.
Yeah. It's always so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So now here you go. A little fun question here. So you get to pick a dream team of a squad. Past Fortnite players, anybody out there, you call their name, they're there to play with you. Who's your three other people you're rolling with?
I would love to play with Tim the Tap Man. I feel like he is one of the funniest people. Like him, Nick Merckx, they're the same.
Yeah.
I feel like Nick Merckx and I share a lot in common when it comes to like we both get like I wouldn't say like aggressive, but we both swear like in the best way possible. Like it's not toxic. It can be toxic for like 2 seconds and then it's gone. We're done. We don't care. Type of thing. So I feel like that would be fun. And then trying to think. I'd probably pick like replays. I love watching replays. I think his content is always really, really interesting and fun to watch. Yeah. I think that'd be fun. Yeah.
All right. Perfect dream squad right there.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to see. All right. So you jumped into streaming from your console, moved over to the PC. When that first moment you went live and you first had people coming into your chat, you said it was friends. How about when those first strangers came in and started, saying things in chat? And was it a weird experience? Because it's got to be strange for people. Like all of a sudden it's like, okay, how do I act? Do I have to act a different way and things like that?
Yeah, it was really weird. When someone would come into my stream, like I'd have like 10 viewers, right? And so someone random would come in and I'd be like, how'd you even find my stream? Like there's thousands of people streaming Fortnite. Like how'd you find my stream? Like I don't remember acting any different. I think I still maintain the I'm playing with friends, I'm streaming to friends kind of vibe. So yeah, I didn't overthink it for sure.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah. So that when did you get to the point? Do you remember your first subs or your first mods?
I do. My first sub was Peach Ciroc. He's still my like best friend to this day. We knew each other from another community, and so he was my first sub. And then my first mod was Freak Vibes, and he's still my mod to this day.
Oh, excellent!
Yep.
Very cool. Yep. So now, what was do you remember your first time you got rated by a big streamer? Where all of a sudden your numbers went from like X to double X.
Yeah, I think my first ever like big raid was actually a double raid. It was Alexa and Rhodey. They rated me at the same exact time, and I think I maybe had like 100 viewers, 70, something like that, and then it went to like 700 or something like that. Cow. Yeah, so I think it was a double raid, my first ever like huge raid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, were you like, oh my God, how, because all of a sudden you go to normal chat, like you said, you had 70 people. Now you're 10 times that, where you're like, the chat just scrolling really fast and you're trying to keep up with it, or?
Yeah, there's like, I still to this day, I still get kind of like, oh my gosh, like what do I do? And I forget to introduce myself and all that stuff. But I think during the first raid, I was just kind of like shaking. I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't even play. Like how am I supposed to even play? I don't know. But yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So you've been streaming for a little while. So when did you find a point where you say, I got this, this is my full-time gig now, I don't have to worry about, picking up another job or anything like that?
Yeah, so I started streaming May 18th, 2020, so 2 years ago. Yeah, and then I think by like November, beginning of November, I was like, wow, like I could do this full time. Like I'm definitely making enough money to be able to move out eventually and be fine and be comfortable. And then I did plan, like my original goal was to get partnered and then go full time. Like I wanted to make sure I was set, kind of, not that partner really does anything different.
Right.
but it would make me feel more like secure, I guess. And I ended
Yeah.
up just like throwing that out the window, and I was like, I'm doing this full time. I was going, my schedule was so crazy because I've always been a night streamer. I've always streamed
Yeah.
until like 3 in the morning. So what I would do was I would stream until 3 or 2 maybe, sleep, and then I'd wake up, or not wake up. What would I do? I would stream until 3 a.m., stay up and do whatever, like work on other content, then go to work at like 7 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Yes, and then I'd come home at like 2 p.m., whatever, and then sleep. So, yeah, my schedule was so crazy. I almost forgot about it, but yeah. And then after that, like my health kind of was like not really suffering, but it wasn't the best. My mental health was definitely not the best. So my mom was like, if you're comfortable enough with it, like just quit lifeguarding and go full time on Twitch. And I'm like, okay, like as long as you guys support me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And they did, and they believed in me, and then I did that, and then Twitch kind of just took off.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've found with a lot of the people who are successful. They have, whether it's, the support structure behind them is there to support them, whether it's a spouse or parents and whatnot. And that really helps them focus on being a better content creator. And it just, helps them get out there and establish themselves.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, my parents, at first, they had no idea what I was doing. They didn't know what I was streaming on. Like, they didn't know what I was streaming, like all that stuff. So my mom has like a Twitch account, and she'll come in and make sure like I'm doing whatever and whatnot. But then like when she saw like I was able to, like I was providing funny content, it was nothing crazy, nothing inappropriate, whatever. And she saw that I was able to take care of myself. She was like, yeah, like I'm totally okay with you doing this full time. I have my degree if I need to like do anything.
Your safety net.
Right, exactly. So they had my back.
Yeah, because I have 3 kids, so as a parent, I can you're always worrying about your children, and it's just I was like, your mom's like, oh my God, what is she getting into? This dark web stuff and things like that. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it doesn't stop. I had an older streamer on just last week. He's probably mid-40s, and he was saying that he does this full time, and he says my parents probably think I'm a drug dealer or something. They don't grasp this thing. It's it's very true. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I was talking to my brother, my half brother's aunt, and I was kind of telling her what I was doing, and she's like, "Oh, you need to go back and get your master's." I'm like, "No, I don't. Like, I don't need to do that." And she's like, no, go get your master's and you'll be fine. I'm like, I'm not doing psychology. Like, would I like have a degree? And like, I'm not doing that. And she's like, no, go get it. I'm like, no, I'm good. Yeah. It's a tough thing to grasp if you don't really understand it. It's like, what you just play video games, but there's so much more than just playing video games that people don't see. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I tell people all the time. I try to help my chat understand like content creators' struggles too, because you look at a stream and you're like, they're just playing Fortnite. That's it. But it's so much more. Like, it's exhausting because you have to really pay attention to what your viewers like, what they want, what you're saying, who you're playing with, how you're playing, the amount of like attention you're paying to your chat, all that. So like, it's tiring, and you have to be entertaining for 6+ hours every day. Like, it's not as easy as just playing Fortnite. And no, no, go ahead. I was gonna say, it's because you have to be on, and you have to be positive, because people, they don't want to be there if you're not into it. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, they're not going to stick around, because they can easily pick one of the, like you said, one of the other 100 people that are streaming. Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely not as easy, and I think the more I talk about it with my chat, the more understanding they are towards other streamers too. Like, it's not just understand me. It's understand every streamer on Twitch is going through the same thing, and everyone's trying to make it. And and it's not just the Fortnite community. It's the Tarkov, like you said, all across the board. I see a lot of the people who you see a lot of people complaining about the mental fatigue of this. It's like, you think about it, you're sitting there really just by yourself 8 hours or more, and you're not, your interaction, if you're just a solo gamer, your interaction is really just watching chat. You're not actually talking to and getting feedback from somebody else you're playing with. So it's good that you're, teaming up and playing with other people, because you still have that human to human contact at least.
Right. That's how I love playing with friends. Like, I have to play with people that are positive, and if we die, like, they're like, whatever, on to the next game type of thing. Like, it's nothing like, because I actually used to play with someone who would moan and groan that, like, I died like 7 games ago and I'm still complaining, and I could not play with that person anymore. I was like, I can't have that kind of attitude, because it's bringing me down, and I don't want to be doing this for 8 hours if you're just going to be moaning and groaning and complaining. So I think the people that I finally play with and whatever, like, great, they're easy to play with, they make the game fun, and mental health is not necessarily an issue with them.
That's good.
Yeah.
So now, do you remember when you got that notification from Twitch that you made partner?
Oh yeah, I do. I was still a pretty small streamer. I think when I got partnered, I only had like 5,000 followers. Like, I wasn't anything. I was not expecting it, I guess, to be so quick. And I do remember I ended my stream and I saw the notification on Twitch, and it was like from Twitch, and I was like, what is this? Because I had to wait over a month to receive my partner application. And people always tell you, you're not going to get it on the first try. Like,
right.
It's kind of like just go next, keep grinding. And I got it the first try.
Oh, no way.
Oh my God. Yes, I was freaking out. Like, everyone, it was me and my friends to this day, just freaking out in Discord. And they were like, go live, go live. And I'm like, I'm not going live again. Like, I just got off. But yeah, so as soon as I got the check mark, I changed my name. And then, so we did a little celebration and all that stuff. I still have one of my oldest friends did he put like little party balloons and confetti over like the partner symbol, and I still have it pinned in my Discord to this day. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So now, once you went full time, you're still maintaining that evening streaming schedule?
Yes. I like the night games better. I like the vibes better, and I feel like it's, besides for the EU people, like, everyone can kind of pop in. I have a lot of like West, like people like California over there people, and I have a lot of Australians in my chat.
Way.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's like a little bit like very diverse chat, which is like super cool. It always keeps it interesting to talk about different things. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. So now, a lot of the content creators I have had on, they talk about their chat like being, whether it's certain days of the week, certain time periods, or like certain seasons, there's sometimes chat is just crazy and wild. Have you noticed that with yours?
I mean, like, the only thing I really notice is summertime versus school time. Yeah. So like now the little kids are up late and they say stuff, and so my mods are definitely a little bit more busy during the summer. But as far as like crazy, nothing. I don't think I've really experienced anything crazy at any certain times. I think I keep my stream late enough to where all the kids are getting ready for bed and they're not on stream and they're not on Twitch. So I think that's kind of the main reason I don't want to do any other time. But
now, do you stream on weekends as well, or just Monday through Friday?
I take Fridays off and I stream Saturdays too.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So some of them say like their weekend stream is like a little calmer than their, during the week stream, or some people say, Saturday and Friday nights are just lit. Like there's an edge to chat and things like that.
Oh yeah. Fridays, I decided to take Fridays off because that was like my worst viewership days too.
Yeah.
And so like Saturdays are like not as crazy either. It's Sunday through Thursday is like, that's when like chats popping, like everyone's having a good time. I don't know why, because everyone should be, sleeping, going to work, whatever, but it's just when everyone wants to hang out. So I take Fridays for myself.
Good for you. And what do you do on these Fridays you take off?
Well, it depends. If I make plans, I love like just going out and going to get like a drink or two with friends around here, or going to get food, going to see something new. Like I just moved, so I like going to see like the city and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and if I don't have plans, my friends and I, we have a Minecraft server or realm.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so we'll go in there and hang out. So it'll be like me and 5 other people. We just hang out. Yeah.
So now, did you play Minecraft just recently since coming out of PC, or was Minecraft, a little earlier, like college days?
Yeah, it was college days, my Xbox days. I liked playing
Yeah.
Minecraft with my friends, and I was kind of nerdy with it, and I haven't played it. I took maybe a year or 2 off of it, and then I came back just recently and wanting to play with my new friends. I came back and it was a totally different game, but it's still fun.
It is fun. And my household, right now I have a son who's 19. I remember we having birthday parties for him at like 7, or when he was 7 or 8 of his friends over, and it was like a Minecraft LAN party. And just that game has stuck with the family for we were playing with my brother, myself, with the kids on our own private server, and it's a game that's lasted forever.
Yeah, no, Minecraft is fun. My sister is not into gaming. Really, she'll play Fortnite with her friends, just messing around. But she's not necessarily a gamer or anything. She would never call herself that. But we used to play Minecraft, the Pocket Edition, all the time. That's all we did for the longest time is just play Minecraft. So it's a game anyone can play and have fun.
It really is. And one of my funnier stories I like to share with people from a Minecraft standpoint with kids and whatnot. So my son, he was 10 or 11 at the time, with his best buddy. They were playing Minecraft, and my son's best friend, his sister, was playing too. And then I get this call from his mom. Barry, did your son and my son blow up my daughter's house in Minecraft or something? And it was
oh no.
Yeah, it was it's all happy at first. Everybody's, hey, do you need this diamond? Do you need this? And then all of a sudden it's Lord of the Flies kicks in. It's oh, I think I saw somebody over at your house. And then next, everybody's building traps, and oh yeah. It's just it's funny.
Yeah.
Minecraft can corrupt
the
innocent youth.
Absolutely.
So now back to streaming. So what, in your opinion, what's been some of the toughest things being a content creator?
I think the toughest thing I've had to deal with is just mental health. It's draining, it's tiring. For the longest time, I didn't even take days off. I streamed 7 days a week. I had really bad anxiety. I had depression for a while, which I don't anymore. I've worked on it, and I've learned to be better with all that stuff. It was just kind of I streamed so much, and I didn't have any time for myself ever. Yeah. So I think that's one of the hardest things.
And I hear that a lot. A lot of people are, if they step away, even just taking garbage out, it's oh, I'm away from a computer, my numbers are going to drop, and that constant, that numbers game that they get stuck in. Yep,
it was really hard. For the longest time, it's hard as a streamer to not look at your day-to-day viewers. You're oh no, I was down 20 viewers today. That's a lot of viewers. What am I doing wrong? And not look at it as the monthly. Even monthly is kind of damaging, because you're not going to constantly grow on Twitch. It's literally a roller coaster. I, for the longest time, only grew. My numbers went up. And then, so the month where my viewers were down, by 50, I'm oh no, what am I doing wrong? What's going on? I'm goofing up something. But it was never me. I just stuck to my content, and viewers will go down. They'll get busy. They'll leave Twitch, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to keep doing your own thing, and that mentality is hard to adapt to, for sure.
Yeah, and it's something a conversation I've had with a bunch of people who are Twitch partners and put in those like you said, those 80-hour weeks, and over time that's not healthy, and I'm sure years from now there'll be studies done saying that there's going to be some sort of associated mental health issue by doing this, and part of me thinks that there's something should be done, or whether it's the gaming community itself, Twitch, YouTube, and these Facebook platforms, to have something in place for once you achieve a certain level from maybe a partner level, you have an opportunity to either get some sort of coverage for sick days or some time off, or health insurance, especially here in the US, those things sort of, at some point, something needs to be done with that.
Right. That's with the health insurance and stuff right now, luckily I'm still on my mom's. So I'm covered with everything, but within the next year, I'm going to have to deal with it myself. and that's going to be a lot of extra money coming out of my paycheck that is once a month. And so like it's scary to think about that kind of stuff, and taking days off. Like if I'm not live, I'm not making money.
Right.
So,
and that's, like you're a partner with Twitch. And, even if there's some way of like, you buying into some sort of health insurance or something that lets you take a few days off and you get compensated for an a percentage or something, just because it is just not healthy. Like for you to, and I'm glad you've recognized, hey, I need some time. I can't do these 7 days a week things.
Right. Yeah. No, I know a lot of people are like really pushing it but you know how like Twitch takes half subs and stuff like that, and people think once you get partnered, you make magically more money, and it's like, no, like I'm quite literally making the same amount of money as someone who's, doesn't have as many viewers or whatever.
Right.
So I do wish Twitch would do something with the split, like 50-50 is it's crazy. It's a lot of money to be taken away from a content creator. So that extra money could go into health insurance and days off and mental health checks. Yeah.
Yes. Sure. Yeah. Mental health check. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So now, over the years you've been streaming. So what has been a highlight for you? The Twitch partner definitely has been one of the highlights, but what else has been in that mix?
Getting invited to like Twitch Rivals is always so fun. Nice. And getting invited into eFuse. They did the eFuse girls only 0 build tournament, which we placed third or fourth, I think. So nice. Like that was like my first ever earnings for Fortnite. So it was like so cool. It was like those are like really cool things to be invited to.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you just brought up a girl in Twitch. What has that been like? Because for years it's been primarily dominated by guys in the gaming world, and now it's over in Tarkov. We have a huge amount of kick-ass girl streamers that just they're awesome. And what's it like for a girl in Fortnite, in the Fortnite community, and being a content creator?
Just being a content creator on Twitch as a girl it's hard, because we do get a lot of it's easier for girls and it's blah blah blah, and it's not. It's your personality. If I had a boring, like if I had a personality of a refrigerator, people wouldn't watch me. Like they would not want to, like people are not there to stare at my face. Like it's no one is there to do that. So just going through that and getting through, not letting those like comments affect you is like so hard, and it's so annoying. But because like people will stream snipe me and be like, oh, people only watch you because of your body, and I'm like, I don't even show my body. Like there's no reason to say that. So just getting past those comments is probably like the hardest thing.
Now, do you have a sort of a team or support group that's sort of girls only, that you guys can all sort of like exchange information and just be there for one another?
We don't have like a specific like girls only group or anything. We do have a lot of like girls in the group. Like for example, Vanessa is probably like my best girlfriend. And so like if we ever have any issues like that, like we're only like a DM away. Like it's not hard to and like we're both very what's the word? I want to say like aggressive, but like we'll speak our minds without I don't care what people will say if I'm going to stand up for Vanessa type of thing. So we're both like that for each other. So,
cool. Yeah, and the reason I brought that up, so over in the Tarkov community, we have a wonderful content creator, Miss Nixia. And what she ended up doing, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, she created a Discord called the Chadettes. And it's really for any of the female Tarkov content creators to sort of join the Discord. And what they do is, if they get some creepy person coming in, it's in the Discord, so everybody's all aware of it and taking in the new girls and just we're here for you. And it was such a cool concept.
Yeah, that's awesome. That would be so cool to have, to be honest. But I know like a lot of us like a lot of like my mods are friends with Vanessa's mods and Alina's mods and all that. So there's like a mod like Vine. So if someone's being creepy, everyone's gonna know about it. Like we're gonna know. We definitely pre-ban. Like if someone's being creepy to someone in Vanessa's chat, they'll get banned in mine too. Nice. So like it definitely helps with that.
Because it's got to be scary for that first person first streamer doing this, like, oh my god, it's overwhelming probably too, and just to have to worry about that crap.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. One thing I definitely try to make sure I do as like a medium-sized content creator is make sure that other content creators know that like I'm there to support them. Like I will do whatever I can, because when I first got in, I was kind of given like the impression that like you're on your own, like you it was not good. Like not good advice that I received was like like you need to start playing with other content creators and you need to work, like everyone's your enemy in a way, like they're your competition. So what I do is do the total opposite. I'm like, if you need anything, I got you. Like I raid like every single stream. I'll raid. Yeah. I'm like, my viewers are your viewers. They're not just my viewers. They are Twitch's viewers. So stuff like that is super important, especially for other female content creators. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and like you said, surrounding yourself with people who are positive is important, and I see that with Kory and just watching. I every morning that's how I start my day. I watch his stream and it's just like he's playing with different people, and everybody's just so happy and just they get along, and it's that's so important to have around you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one thing I just want to make sure that like other female content creators feel supported, and that if they need any advice, like I will tell them whatever they need to. Here.
Excellent.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
So now what let's see. Oh, so from a content creation standpoint, have you dabbled much into YouTube or TikTok or anything like that?
I've tried YouTube, but I wasn't really satisfied with what I was producing. Like I know that I need to put in the extra time to figure out what exactly my content will be before I make the content, type of thing. Yeah. So I didn't really know YouTube. I didn't know how to go about it. So I just completely stopped it until I had the time to, and the mental health like capacity to figure it out. TikTok, I've dabbled in too. I just, the Fortnite community on TikTok is so weird, and it's all little kids, and at the end of the day, I'm like, do I really want these little kids in my stream? Like
True.
I grew primarily on Twitch. Like I don't have a bigger social than Twitch. So I'm like, do I really, really want these TikTok kids? Like, is it worth it for the extra viewers? Like, no. Right. So I don't really post on TikTok much either. Instagram, I post every once in a while, but
yeah, TikTok's odd. There's some strange, and the only reason I've ventured over there is because I saw some of our Tarkov people are doing some stuff over there, and it's just like the other stuff that comes up is like, why do my kids like this stuff? And it's just it's some strange things. I just can't, maybe because I'm old. I'm not sure.
No, maybe I am too, because I see that stuff and I'm like, what? Like even like a Fortnite video will pop up on like my For You page, and I'm like, why do kids like eat this stuff up? Like it is so weird, and like I don't want those kids in my stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Well, Mavix. I love Mavix. Their chairs. I sit in this chair 8 hours a day, and I love it. I'm trying to think. And I think one thing that people always comment on is my energy levels. During the stream, which it's literally because I have G Fuel every single day. I love G Fuel. G Fuel is the reason why I can play Fortnite for 8 hours and still be like, on to the next game. Like, we're good, we're going.
Excellent. Yeah. Cool. So when it comes to, other content creators, who do you follow? Who else do you follow?
I guess like some streamers that I look up to. I definitely look up to Rody. Rody is I think he's such a good streamer. He doesn't realize it. He's super like underrated when it comes to streaming, and he's obviously a huge YouTuber. So like that's kind of like how I got the idea that like I need to have a vision for each video type of thing, because that's what he does. Yeah. And he puts in a lot of time and effort, and I really admire that. And then another content creators that I look at is Bonsai. They have insane energy, and like that's kind of something that I'm like, wow, I like you go in their stream and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is great. Like they're so positive and happy. Yeah. So that's kind of something I want to put into my own stream.
Well, you have
so-
that positive energy in yours.
Yeah.
They're just like, they're on double sugar or something.
I don't know what the caffeine or something, but I need a little bit of caffeine to have me going, but yeah.
So are there any, content creators flying under the radar that that people should go check out?
Vanessa, she is by far one of the best female content creators out there. She is a competitive player. She's nice. She's friendly. She's good vibes, great vibes all the time. And she's cracked. Like, she is so good. So I like going in there. I like watching and just seeing like how good she's getting. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So now, you've stopped streaming, you're checking out new parts of the city. What else do you like to do?
I love learning new things. Like,
Yeah.
I was huge in psychology. I love psychology. I love studying psychology. So every once in a while, I'll like to see what's going on, like just different topics, and I'll like just dive in and see like what's going on and what more can I learn about that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like a random thing that I really wanted to learn was how to knit. Like just a
No
random,
way.
like just a random hobby. Like I like to stay busy. When I'm like feeling bored, like I'm like, why don't I just learn how to knit, or why don't I learn how to do this or something like that? So I like just kind of keeping a little busy every once in a while.
So where did the knitting come from? Did your grandma or something, or that's something you wanted
No,
to make a sweater or something?
Yeah, I was just like, what if I knew how to like make my own shirt? Like that'd be so cool. So I just went to Joann's and got this stuff.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Very cool. Cool. Any new TV shows or any movies you've seen recently?
I've been binge watching Stranger Things.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I was rewatching seasons 1 through 3, and it's like one of those shows where you're like, wow, I forgot like how good this show is. Like it's so good. And I'm finishing up season 4 right now. And then
are you enjoying season 4?
Yes, I think it's like crazy. It's like everything that's happening, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is, and wow, it's crazy. And then I also really like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think it's quite good. Yes.
That last episode just dropped, and I still need to watch that. So far, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's been really it's been cool. I like watching, like I just got into like the Star Wars things, so watching some more like Star Wars things that are new is like really exciting. So.
Yeah, have you seen everything up to this point from a Star Wars standpoint? All the TV shows and movies?
Yeah, I like everything on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Mandalorian, like I loved Mandalorian. Like that's probably my favorite. Well done. Yeah.
The Clone Wars animation was really good too.
I heard that.
7 seasons. Yeah, it's not a kiddie cartoon by any means. When it came out originally, that's a lot it was geared towards, but it's some deep subjects and a lot of death and violence, and it was really well done. I definitely watched that.
Okay, I will definitely do that. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, any big plans for this year? Any goals that you've set out for yourself from a content creation standpoint?
I don't really have any like set goals at the moment. The past like month or two, I've really been working on just my mental health, going to the gym, drinking more water, doing all that stuff. So I don't really content goals. I'm just like produce what I can, and I can only do that if I'm healthy physically.
Absolutely.
So
and mentally.
Yeah, and mentally, absolutely. So that's been my goals so far.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you survived the podcast.
Hopefully
it wasn't too painful. Yeah.
No, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being on. But before you go, I have everybody who's been on end of the podcast. I asked them to suggest somebody that they should call out and throw under the bus, and who's the next person on the pod that I should have that has a good story.
Vanessa. Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, Vanessa with a UH instead of an A. She's awesome.
All right.
She's great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get her on here.
Awesome.
And Maddy, thank you so much. It's been awesome to have you on, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much.